Hello people, it's us, Tattoo Shop Show. What happens when you go on internet and you search for tattoos? You go on internet and there's tattoo artist and you click on page. It's art by this guy, art by that guy. So we're wondering, are you really an artist? And what actually art is? What do you think, Carlos? What are you doing there? Is that an art?
Yes, it is. Because I create my own.
You created it. So art, there have to be some creative aspect to it. We guessing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But if you take someone's creative stuff and duplicate it, it seems like you shouldn't call yourself an artist.
But I think what you just did now, it's a copy of some very, very popular YouTube show. What you just did.
Yeah, and it's almost ready. I just have to do a little bit of background, and then I'm gonna show you guys. I wanna put some price on it so you can order it online. I would say
60 million Zimbabwe dollars.
need 100 schmackles, please.
Yeah.
Send the money to the mail
In bitcoins.
in bitcoins to carloshuman22@gmail.com
Slash bitcoins slash art.
/bitcoins /Latvia. Dreams happen.
My art.
I belong to artist world.
Creative soul.
Oi, what was that? Brakes of a tornado? Yeah. What hashtags do you know? The famous hashtags that artists use. The ones we talk about.
My art.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. One of a kind. Custom work.
Custom work, yeah. Well, if you are a tattooer, you can sometimes duplicate tattoos. It's not a problem. But that's why they don't call themselves. I don't know, maybe some of them do, but maybe duplicating is also some kind of an art form. But it's not anything creative.
It's a skill. It's definitely a skill. Maybe you clever people that watching this stuff can tell us if you know when it switched from tattooist to tattoo artist. Because it was very simple, and it was tattoo shops, and you go in there and tattooists tattoo designs that are available, but now everyone is an artist. So when that switch changed and
and the hardest part for this kind of thing is when someone copies that work that you copied and you make drama out of it.
Copy of a copy.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, someone copied my work, but at the same time, you've been the one. I mean, yeah, I think people just don't know what the word art means or artist means.
Either I'm not educated enough, or I was imagining something very strong, because I thought artist is like a creative professional, and it has to be like you make a living with creating but I always imagine all these paintings and all that.
That's what I imagine when you are skilled. So no, not always.
What happened here? What is that?
A lot of.
That's an art.
That's maybe a silly art. It's some kind of a creation, but yeah, people. I don't know, man. People use the word art now these days. Even rain goes down from the sky, and what a art,
God is an art.
Yeah. So, is it spontaneous art, or is it?
Everything is art now. There's performance art, abstract art, art of not being a dick, art of being a dick.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, I think art when you call yourself artist, it's like a profession. It would be your. I don't know. I might be wrong. Well, artist you could use in many directions, right?
Like we got to this subject because we had this student here, and she was doing a research, and she was asking all sorts of questions about tattooing, and then she was asking all tattooists like, is it an art you're creating? And most of the tattooists said like no, like maybe it's as a form of body art, but it's more like name of a craft to do with altering your body or something, maybe as a folk art because it comes from like traditions within your culture and stuff like that, but it's not like art as art form, like as a just as flipping art, you know.
It's weird. I mean, it's not a problem or anything. I mean, for me, I don't care. Like, you can call yourself an artist. Actually, it's sometimes it can get upsetting because some people put hard work in it and to get better and create something, but and they don't even call themselves an artist. So
I find it weird when people call themselves artists and like
exactly
it's all that Instagram like art by this guy, art by that guy. On Facebook you go like and there's folders my art, and it's just copies of printed out pictures of like photographies, or sometimes even copies of somebody else's tattoos. So it's like from creative point of view it's just nothing there, but then people are super proud like, oh, look at my art. You're like, yeah, that art is on Google, like, you know. So from creative aspect you're like,
then I could call you just a tattooer if you really follow the words. Then I would say you are just a tattooer, and it's not bad, but
yeah,
just to be clear.
that's where it gets funny. So what the art is, it's like just skill of copying something, because then we have photo cameras, we have copy machines, you know. So like,
yeah, I called myself many times when someone asks what do you do, I'm like, I'm a tattoo artist, because I got stuck with the word since beginning. And more I see people on the internet call themselves tattoo artists, you started to think about it like deeper, like what that word even means. And then you kind of realize everyone can call themselves a tattoo artist, but doesn't necessarily mean you are. So that means that word means no shit. It's
also, you sometimes get those guys where they're like, my art and all that crap, and then when customer is like, you're an artist, do your stuff, and they're like, no, you tell me what you want, it's your tattoo, I don't care, like. And so you're like, so you're complaining that you don't get cool tattoos to do, and when somebody is like, be creative, they're like, I don't care, like, you tell me, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's
you show me a
terrible
picture,
way.
I'll tattoo it.
One really cool guy on the internet I showed you the other day, like he said that artists should be patient, because that's what you must do when you do art, you know. And nothing can happen. Well, modern art is probably quicker, but but anyways, then everything you're gonna do, you have to be patient, especially if you're a tattoo artist. So yeah, I mean,
like I saw this thing, it was some about like YouTube stuff, and somebody was asking like, oh, like why I can't get popular and like I can't make money from my videos. I'm a musician and I'm making covers of songs. And the guy was like, well, maybe you want to be creative and create your own music. So it's the same.
Good one.
It's the same with tattoos. Like you can be skillful tattooist, you can do like crazy technically good tattoos, but
and it's not bad. Like
it's a skill, and it's
fucking awesome.
It's very.
Some people need that, and especially if you're a tattooer, it's your profession to actually do what people ask, you know, and try to make it your way. So
and
it's
it's
better.
respectable craft. It's respectable skill. Like I was saying, like if you compare to guy who makes furniture, yeah, like you can make a custom kitchen. And it's cool, but like you don't always call yourself a kitchen artist. Like, okay, if you do some mad filigree.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I think also people get upset when someone tells them like it's not art.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's not art.
Yeah, so it's like that word means no shit. So don't worry. I mean, And plus, being a tattooer is already awesome. So what the fuck are you worried about? Yeah, and this is a big one. Like this.
It's like dentists don't get upset if somebody don't call them teeth doctor, because they're not really a surgeons.
I've been doing many tattoos that's not art related, creative. From my point, it's someone already did it, and I think that's what tattooers does.
And even if you
if you have a chance to make your own stuff, it's amazing. Do it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. If not, then fucking do your job and shut up.
And it's not like people like to. In tattooing, people sometimes talk shit in between styles, and they're like, "Oh, that realistic crap." They just copying, but it's not even that, because you can be creative in Photoshop. You can you can piece good compositions and stuff like that. But if you're just one picture, one printout, one copy, like this is my art, it's like, no, that creative idea was by somebody else. Somebody else took a beautiful picture of an eye or of a flower, and then you just copied it. And this is your art? Meh, probably not. You're a skillful tattooist? Probably yes, if you can pull it off.
Yeah, and it's again not bad.
Yeah, and like traditional tattooing, like not American traditional, but traditional, like Japanese and all that. Like you can't even go that far if you want to stay to traditions, because there's just like, this image means that it has to be done this way. These colors mean that. So okay, and you do it.
You follow your traditions.
Sometimes if you are too creative, you can mess up, because I think in Japanese it was like you can't mix up like wrong flowers and wrong seasons and wrong rivers and stuff like that.
And if you do it, mostly I've seen people try to make their own Japanese art. No offense, but I think it's already made, so don't try to cripple it. Now, hey man, some people do amazing job refining their own. Yeah, that's how I can say. But you have to be careful and still follow some Japanese art rules, because it's yeah. But that's again another story.
Yeah, I think like it's just the main idea is just some people need to chill out with some strong names. Like not every crap you touch is an art. And sometimes it's okay not to be an artist.
Yeah. From the moment you start to call yourself something you're not, you just make a problem. If you don't call yourself like that, you don't even have to be shy of anything.
I mean, it's a good marketing. You're like, I'm a tattoo artist. But then if you're just printing the Pinterest out and like tattooing it on people, like it's not creative. And it's also not custom, you know?
But it's with this tattoo art. This art thing is with not only tattooing, but I think it loses the beauty of that word, because it now everyone is the same.
Yeah.
How can you be a real artist then? You know.
That's the thing. Like when I was kid, I imagined artist is either somebody from history book, like Michelangelo, or somebody. Which is like in museums. They were still copying things that are real.
Yeah.
But they were not copying them from pictures. They were copying them from like 3D world.
I guess you know, you can get inspired by another artist. You can take some ideas from, or technique. You can take elements from it, and then you can involve from there.
Another type of artist was like these, like kind of crazy modern movie kind, who like just live their life for the art. They create paintings or sculptures, and then they like put all their lives into it so they can make exhibition and maybe make it into art world. But now everyone is artist.
When you call yourself an artist, you kind of like active in the art world. Well, you can be an artist like sitting home and painting your own stuff and don't show anybody, you know.
But what's not an art form then now? Like you are a tailor, you're making clothes. You're like a fashion artist. You make cookies. You're a cookie artist. You go in a Subway to get a sandwich. There's an advert. Wanna work at Subway? You're a sandwich artist now.
It's because everyone wants a piece of it. And now we're just living in the age when it's getting easier because are so many people and everyone wants a piece of it. We see on YouTube fucking famous people, we're like, I want to be too. And then you start to fucking dress like one, call yourself like a fucking artist or superstar.
Check out Britney Spears' latest artwork that was sold for like 10 grand. Masterpiece of watercolor.
Thank you. That is terribly, amazingly off. Check it out, please. You should show it. Oh, you can't.
I don't know if I can.
No, it's good. It's good. No,
I can show my daughter's drawings. They kind of on the same page.
Yeah, it's really hard to copy kids' skills to paint. She nailed it. Yeah, that's a bad way, but you can call her an artist. She just has a really bad technique of painting it. She created.
I'm sure she's creative.
If she sold that shit, she did.
That's an art to sell.
Exactly. So you basically you're an artist because you sold it. Plus, she's a singer. She's like a
maybe now art to promote and art to sell takes over that art to create.
Yeah.
If you can find a brick and sell it for fucking hundreds,
it might be the skill of selling more than.
Have you heard of Supreme Brick?
No.
Check it. When you watch this episode, you're like, the fuck he's saying, and Google Supreme Brick. That's art of selling.
So they basically sell shit really good, no matter what it is.
People fight for that shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, here you go. I guess that's where art went, because there is money involved. I actually heard there is really hard to get into art world because all these people who are already they hold it.
I think it's always been, but maybe
not
now
like that. It's more corrupt now. And I heard from artists from Berlin. And
I think it's also now it's all like just crossing, because there's like hip hop artists getting into fashion artists, and music artists are going into painting art.
They don't want to let
art to sell and all that bullshit.
Any underground skilled new skin.
Back to the art. For example, like I do tattoos and I've been around tattooing.
Forever.
But I'm not calling myself tattoo artist. I'm saying
You're
like
smart.
Tattooist. I do tattoos. I can tattoo, but I don't call myself artist, because for me, art is like, it's just something way beyond.
It's something harder than what people do. You can't just spit on table and call it art. It's impossible. So what about, you have to put.
Unless you have some mad concept behind it, you're like, this is how I express my.
Yeah, some maybe physical fucking knowledge. Some knowledge about physics.
This is how I express how Donald Trump speaks.
But it's people study things, learn every day, try to get better, to get to some point when they can call themselves, oh, this is a piece of art. There's
a reason why there's art school.
Yeah, exactly. But if you just like, oh, I'm an artist, and throw banana on a wall, and this is just slang words. I'm talking about the tours. So I don't know. Maybe you feel good to call yourself an artist, and it's keep doing it. But
lights out, motherfucker.
But for me, I think it's disrespectful for real artists when, and I don't call myself an artist too. I don't want to call myself an artist. I did call myself a tattoo artist.
In that art and creative side, it's like, it's so hard to define. Like there's no rules. For example, when it comes to like, oh, this is my art. So it can be technically shit tattoo, but somebody can say, this is what I do, this is my art, like, are like, oh, my customer wanted it a bit like creepy like this, or a bit looking like whatever it looks, and you're like, so
It's also a little hiding from that.
yeah,
behind
it's like,
the word.
did you use word? This is the kind of art as excuse,
Yeah.
or you're like, oh yeah, my customer just wanted these flowers to look like crap, and I called it art.
Also, about calling yourself a tattooer, it's the same thing. That's why people go and make apprenticeships. You know, you can call yourself a tattooer being home tattooing home. It's just you're not professional tattooer, I guess. So maybe you're not professional artist, or in general.
Sometimes you're just not professional.
Sometimes you're just not an artist. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know even what's the purpose of this episode, but for me, I've been thinking about this. I really hope that there will be actually a real talk in a comment section about what's what, because I'm curious. I actually want to know what other people think about this, because I've been thinking about this for some time now.
I think it can just, of our educational kind of content, sort of educational, I hope this will make some people think that, like, to double check, because just using fancy words like, oh, I'm a tattoo artist and I'm like creative as hell, it can backfire, because you tend to trust people, because like, they have a shop, they have the name, they have this, but when you look more into it, there's just nothing there.
Yeah, and in
If
these
you're
days,
looking for creative stuff.
yeah, and in these days it's so easy to become whatever the fuck you want, Well, easier than, I think, right? Is it? Being a tattooer, I think it's 100 times easier than before.
$50 on eBay away from being tattoo artist.
So that there's the
And
shit.
it's also okay to get not creative tattoo. Like,
Yeah, I like them. It can be good too. Not creative, good too. It can be quality, can be good.
So what do you think about art? Tattoo art, tattoo artists, and where's the difference between tattooist, tattoo artist, and when did it change?
And I know it's not that big of a deal, but actually it is.
That fly again from 2 episodes ago.
Oh shit! I'm feeding her. Don't touch it.
It's your fly. It's your pet.
I'll take it with me when I leave. Yeah. So comment, I don't want to upset anyone with saying what I think about what, in my opinion, art means. I just don't understand how can you become an artist in that easy way. Yeah, I think you need to spend some time.
There's a question. So what do you think? Is our artist too wide of a term, or we should expect more from somebody who calls himself an artist?
I think the second answer. For me. I think everything you have to do with hard work. And then you can start to call yourself whatever you want. I don't think you even...
Was this an art of asking a question?
This was not a question.
Say something in comments. Just anything.
You have some... What is this hair? What a piece of art on my trousers.